Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing question email line for purchasing this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today we're discussing a model launched at Baselworld 2009. 2 years after the launch of the original Longines Legend Diver, Longines launched the watch with a date, a bit more practicality for everyday use. This vintage-inspired dive watch, cued by the original 1960s reference 7150, is 42 millimeters in stainless steel, 13.4 millimeters thick, so admirably thin, and 52.4 millimeters lug to lug with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now that 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs is the biggest change compared to the original, because the broader lug spacing gives the watch a more modern stance, even as the dial and case lines accurately channel the charisma of the original. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see the watch wears easily and relatively low slung. It sinks into the wrist, it'll fit easily underneath the dress cuff, though because it is broad at 52.4 millimeters lug to lug, I would recommend not going any smaller than a 15 centimeter circumference wrist with this watch. The timepiece is elegant, graceful, and true to history. Although a sapphire is used, you can see it has a dramatic box section and cambered profile to give it some of the height and off-axis distortion of the super compressor 1960s original. Taking a quick look at the strap, it's a fascinating combination of leather that has been embossed with a textile pattern on the top, a contrasting stitch, and then on the underside you can see a more natural calfskin. This, you'll note, is a brand new Longines factory strap. You will be the first to gouge it, and you will do so with this vintage keyed Longines pin buckle, designed to evoke history, and it's also a smart piece as it's broad and features a little bit of an elevated bridge so that the strap can sit inside the buckle rather than stacking up entirely below it on the wrist. Now, very true to history, it includes a number of design keys that are very evocative of the 60s, when mid-case sections were almost always thin. Take a look at a watch that hasn't really changed since the 60s, like the Omega Moonwatch, and you'll note the mid-case section is very slender, where the case backs, the bezels, and the crystals were proportionally a bigger part of the thickness. The 22 millimeter lug spacing, though, does give the watch a modern stance. You can see some of that off-axis distortion caused by the extreme camber of the sapphire, and then as we move on to the crown side, you can see one of the signatures of the old super compressor watches. Irvin Piquerez was a company that built these double crown or three crown cases for the companies that used the super compressors. Everyone from Longines to IWC to JLC to Vulcain and many, many, many more. Now this is a 300 meter water resistant watch, so modern dive watch standards. 2 screw down crowns. You can see they feature the quadrant style or quadrille cut of the originals outboard. That's quite authentic. And then a deep sharp knurling that makes it easy to adjust. You can see internal bidirectional rotating bezel. That's true to the original. Line up the triangular index with the minute hand and you've got a great 60-minute timing reference. I admire and laud Longines for not going crazy with Fotina. The watch feels crisp, contemporary, and frankly honest. This is what a modern watch should look like. The lime green coloration of the lume and the printing, true to history, is this is how the watch would have looked when it was originally manufactured in the 60s, rather than trying to create the look of a watch that's aged over the decades. You could see that the date disc, which was special for 2009, it was new, is handsomely integrated. It's a black disc on a black dial. It is a black lacquered gloss dial, in case you're wondering, and then the disc has that same print, color, and font used on the dial itself. Note the tri-Arabics, the 12 and the 6, with the open 9 and the open 6. I love the vintage cues here, and they continue with the original image of the man holding the spear with the flippers and the aqua-lung device, a combination of polish and media blasting. This uses the Longines caliber L3.674.4.50.2, which is a 2824. Automatic winding, 25 joules, bidirectional action, so it doesn't have any unidirectional rotor wobble. 38-hour power reserve, 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate, 300 meters water resistant, and both crowns are screw downs. The watch features both a hacking or stop seconds function and a quick set date, so you can rapidly cycle the watch should it run down or encounter an irregular length month. So it has a lot of toughness in that 2824 movement, precision, and real dive watch credibility. It's not like a lot of reissue divers, which are 100 meters. This one is a solid 300, just like any Rolex Submariner. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com to purchase this Longines Legend Diver. And I'm back with the Longines Legend Diver. You can see the triangular index of the bezel, and that rotates as you move the bezel using the crown.